Alright guys, welcome back. So I'm gonna go up against Drytron. And typically it's like the easiest matchup because you don't gotta worry about too many hand traps. All they're working with is orange. So at this point I'm like, okay, I have full combo, I have been breaker for like imperm Veiler. That's why I re-implemented it. Because like I ended up cutting the Veilers and just main decking the droplet. So it's basically triple imperm triple droplet. Because the issue with this and the Veilers and the imperms is that once you resolve your combo, it shut off your imperms and Veilers, and I was like, oh my god, like it was contradictory. Whereas now that you're main decking the droplets, you can send away the mid breaker and turn on your what's it called, your imperms. Okay, so Cupid's gonna replace Quandex because typically right here, if this is Cupid, you would make it level 2 and you make Marcher here instead of having to go into Excel and then climbing into Marcher, which is huge. And you can search a Caligo, which is another way to get a non-tuner to be able to synchro with. Like you can make a dragster. See right here, you would have to. You see what I mean? So you waste a token that you don't really need to be wasting, which is yeah. Doppel. That's so good. And this is what I mean. This is gonna be a perfect example of what I mean about knowing what to end on, whether to prioritize Herald, what to have Abyss, you know, like or set up a satellite warrior play, because all that makes a difference. And this is why. Look at this. If I knew I was going up against this deck, I would prioritize Herald. But me not knowing what I was playing against, I was like, oh, okay, well, this should be enough. This should have this. There's no way. But droplets just shut down my entire board. So at this point, I'm like, I'm kind of worried because like he's gonna get a search. He has alpha. You get alpha. He has alpha. Most likely get Zeta, and then it's just gonna snowball from here. And the only thing I'm scared of now is Zeus. And I'm hoping that the droplet stays there for as long as possible, so I can negate the Zeus. So I was like, okay, once he gets to the diviner, if he hits the freaking droplets with Entis, I'm in a bit of trouble because I'm forced to use the droplet on this. I mean, I could have dropleted this, but I wanted to save it for the Zeus. So it forced my hand. So I was like, okay, I guess it won't get the level increase, which is I guess. So then it can turn on my imperm. But an imperm versus a format Zeus is not ideal because I can just chain it. Whereas they can't chain to droplets. They just can't. So at this point I'm like, oh my god, I think I just lost. Like I'm so like, because when you do your full board and then it gets cracked, I was like, oh my god. Are you kidding? So at this point, I'm just like, I don't think I can win this because he has I've depleted my resources, right? Like, what do I have left? That is weird. Yeah, I don't have much left. I mean, anything I attempt to do that's threatening isn't threatening. The only thing threatening is just the battle phase. But then you just nukes it. But I've used my normal summon, and I have nothing on the field to tribute for start a Synchron. And I was like, okay, yeah, no, it's just game. There's no way. I gotta scoop. But so learning that I know, knowing the insight of what I'm playing against, I know to prioritize the Herald. Okay, so here we go. In fact, he ashes, and I draw 2. Okay, this is the thing about the argument and the debate with crossout and triple tactics, because tactics is versatile in the sense that you can draw 2, you can take, or you can negate the card that that's trying to stop you. Because the issue with cross out is if they ash you and you go, okay, I'll just cross out this, and then you get nibbed. You know, like, you do not want to be in a situation. Whereas if they ash you here, you still have a playable hand, you go tactics, rip the nib. That's why tactics is amazing. Like, I think if I were to play both, I would need to play desires, because having the chances of opening up playable and tactics and cross out, it's a bit ambitious. So desires will give you that extra card that you need to be able to play. Otherwise, you're stuck with like what? I don't know. It just seems like the extra card would be significantly important. So I go ahead and I still have the speeder play. That's the good thing about this. I still have a speeder play because this play is crucial. Remember this play because this play is very consistent, and that's why you play Charge Warrior, because it gives you this option. Charge Warrior, get a token, and then that's your speeder here. How cool is that? So I'm thinking to myself, I need to prioritize the Herald, and that's why I make the Herald up top, because that means he has to run it over twice. Like, he has to run it over twice, otherwise he's stuck. I'm gonna go for Dragster. So right here I'm like, okay, I should be fine unless he has like Dark Ruler. Then okay, fair enough. I wasn't gonna win that one anyways. Then he does he activates Prosperity. So I was thinking to myself, like, if he had the droplets, he would have just done it right there, right? But then that would mean that he would have to discard another spell, because otherwise I would just negate it with Dragster. But then even then I could just negate it with Dragster, because he can't send any monsters. So no matter what, droplets wouldn't be so great. So he's trying to dig for something, and I was like, well, he has a name. He has 3 unknowns. So like if he goes droplets, right? That means he would have to. Yeah, he would have to have done it. Like there's no way he wouldn't have done it. Because then if I negate this, and then he goes droplets, right? He has to pick. He can't negate this because he has no monsters on the field. So I think it was really good. This is what Herald's good. So that's why I ended up negating this, to reduce the chances of him getting to a droplet. Negate, and look. Hey, here you go. If that would have resolved, he would have gone Ava. He would have gone Delta, and he would have gone droplets. See, like, oh, that would then maybe even then though, I think I would still have been fine. I think I still would have been fine, honestly. Yeah, I don't know. That was weird. So we go to game 3, and he bricks, and I'm like, okay. I mean, if he didn't brick, I had draw anyways. So you need orange or any way to stop the Herald. I mean the draw. And then even if then I still have the ruler to be able to play. So then I go that, and he freaking oranges my Ascator, and I'm like, oh my god, that's a tuner. That's a tuner. That junket double and tuners are amazing because you get tokens. And I could have easily gone into the. I would go Quandax, get tokens, go Excel, and then send the speeder, and then but he has called by. So I guess he would have stopped my draw either way, but nonetheless still. Stop my draw. That was still Dark Ruler, still nonetheless. Because effect, and the draw is just gonna save me here because it cuts him off. His tactics, because think about it, right? He can't draw. Taking it, what would taking it do? Like, I mean, I guess he would use a sneak material. But if that card in my hand was something huge, then I guess he was just risking it. So he just wanted to ensure that he simplified the game state, because he felt that his deck is more consistent. Well, fair enough. Like, all you need is a name and you're in the game. And I guess that's what he played off of. I directly go and pass. We're like, oh my god, I'm not drawing anything. So then he goes, he attacks. It's very simplified. And I draw Ascator. And I'm like, oh my god, here we go. I was very tempted. To go into Omega, go attack, rip a card. But then he has 2 cards to work with. And I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know. So I was trying to risk it and hopefully draw into a junk so I can go for a speeder play. So I don't hit it. I hit the Star Synchron, but he draws me, so I can't do speeder now because I can't add illumination to reduce this level by 1. So then I just go battle phase, and then I set and I pass, and I'm like, oh my god, did I just lose? He has Gamma, and this is gonna be a Zeus play, easily a Zeus play, either that or a Verte play, and he goes goons, pop, and then attack, and it's over. But no, he just goes for the Zeus play, and I'm like, oh okay, I might have a chance, and this is my chance. This is my chance, the Infer. Oh my god. So now it's a matter of what handshots does he actually have. But on the draw, he draws me here, that's fine. I don't need to search anymore. I don't need to draw anymore because I know I have game with this. Go for the speeder, it resolves. And look at this. There. It's amazing. Converter revives the Star Synchron. Satellite Warrior play. Nuke. Boom boom. GG.